How Penelope knew the beggar was Odysseus. The secret test explained. Warning: this video contains major spoilers for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and Homer's original epic. One of the most emotional and mysterious moments in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey happens when Odysseus finally returns to Ithaca. After 20 long years, he's finally home. But there's one unexpected twist. He doesn't return as a king. He returns disguised as an old beggar. Almost no one recognizes him. The suitors laugh at him. The servants ignore him. Even the people he once ruled walk right past him. Yet many viewers notice something interesting. Penelope seems different. She doesn't immediately reveal that she knows who he is. But she also doesn't treat him like an ordinary beggar. So, did Penelope secretly know the beggar was Odysseus? Or did she truly discover the truth only at the very end? The answer is one of the smartest moments in Greek mythology. Let's break it down. Why did Odysseus return in disguise? Before understanding Penelope's reaction, we first need to understand why Odysseus hid his identity in the first place. After 20 years away from Ithaca, he has no idea who he can trust. His palace is overrun by more than 100 suitors trying to marry Penelope and seize the throne. Some of his servants remain loyal, others have betrayed him. If he walked into the palace and announced, "I'm Odysseus," the suitors could kill him before he had a chance to fight back. So, with Athena's help, he disguises himself as an old poor beggar. The disguise allows him to move through the palace unnoticed. He observes the suitors, tests the loyalty of his servants, reconnects with Telemachus, and carefully plans the perfect moment to strike. It's one of Odysseus' greatest strategic decisions. Did Penelope recognize him immediately? This is where things become fascinating. Christopher Nolan intentionally leaves this moment slightly ambiguous. There are several scenes where Penelope studies the mysterious beggar more closely than anyone else. She listens carefully when he speaks. She notices his calm confidence. She senses something strangely familiar, but she never openly says, "You're Odysseus." Instead, Nolan allows the audience to wonder whether Penelope is beginning to suspect the truth long before the official reveal. In Homer's original poem, the situation is equally intriguing. Penelope spends time speaking with the beggar. He tells her stories that only someone close to Odysseus could possibly know. His words comfort her in ways no stranger should be able to. Yet even then, she refuses to jump to conclusions. She has spent 20 years hearing false rumors. Many men have claimed to know Odysseus. Others have pretended to be connected to him. She has learned one important lesson. Never trust appearances, the clues Penelope notices. Even while disguised, Odysseus can't completely hide who he is. His intelligence immediately stands out. Unlike ordinary beggars, he speaks with confidence and wisdom. He understands palace customs. He knows details about the royal family. He remains calm even when the suitors insult him. Most importantly, he behaves like someone who belongs there. Penelope notices all this. Christopher Nolan subtly suggests that her instincts are telling her something isn't right. This mysterious stranger knows far too much. He watches the palace like someone remembering it rather than seeing it for the first time. Even without proof, Penelope begins wondering if fate has finally brought Odysseus home. The famous test of the bed. The moment that finally confirms everything has become one of the most famous scenes in all of literature. After the suitors are defeated and Odysseus reveals his identity, Penelope still doesn't immediately embrace him. To some viewers, that might seem cold, but it's actually the opposite. It's proof of just how intelligent she is. For 20 years, she has survived by refusing to trust easy answers. She needs certainty. So she creates a secret test. She tells one of her servants to move Odysseus' marriage bed into another room. Odysseus immediately becomes upset. He insists that the bed cannot possibly be moved. Why? Because he built it himself. Years earlier, He carved their bed around the trunk of a living olive tree. The tree became part of the bed's foundation. Removing it would destroy the entire room. No outsider could possibly know that secret. The moment Odysseus reacts, Penelope has all the proof she needs. Only her husband could know the truth. Only the real Odysseus would respond exactly that way. It's one of the greatest recognition scenes ever written. Why didn't Penelope simply believe him? Some people wonder why Penelope didn't immediately accept Odysseus after waiting 20 years. The answer lies in everything she'd experienced. For 2 decades, she had been surrounded by lies. The suitors constantly manipulated her. False travelers brought fake news. Hope had become dangerous. If she accepted the wrong man, she would lose everything. Her caution wasn't a sign of doubt. It was a sign of wisdom. In many ways, Penelope uses the same intelligence that made Odysseus famous. He survives the world through clever thinking. She survives Ithaca the same way. Their reunion isn't based on appearances. It's based on trust, shared memories, and knowledge that only the two of them possess. Christopher Nolan makes the scene even more emotional. One of Christopher Nolan's greatest strengths as a filmmaker is showing emotion through silence. Rather than relying on long speeches, he lets facial expressions, pauses, and small gestures carry enormous emotional weight. Anne Hathaway's performance as Penelope beautifully captures this. Before the truth is confirmed, she seems torn between hope and fear. She wants to believe. But after 20 years of disappointment, she's afraid of believing too soon. Matt Damon portrays Odysseus in a similar way. He isn't desperate for recognition. He's patient. He understands why Penelope is hesitant. He knows she has suffered just as much as he has. That quiet understanding makes their reunion feel earned rather than sentimental. The olive tree symbolism. The marriage bed isn't just a clever plot twist. It carries deep symbolic meaning. The olive tree represents permanence, family, and home. While Odysseus spent 20 years wandering across the seas, the roots of that tree remain firmly planted in Ithaca. Just like their marriage. Storms came, wars were fought, gods interfered. Monsters appeared, but the foundation of their relationship never moved. That's why Penelope chose the bed as her final test. It wasn't simply checking Odysseus' memory. It was reminding both of them that true love had remained rooted despite everything they had endured. Did Penelope already know? So, did Penelope secretly know the beggar was Odysseus before the final test? The answer is ... probably not with complete certainty. She almost certainly suspected. She noticed the clues. She sensed something familiar. She hoped. But Penelope wasn't willing to risk everything based on hope alone. She waited until she had undeniable proof. Only then did she allow herself to believe that the impossible had finally happened. Her husband had come home. Final thoughts. The reunion between Penelope and Odysseus isn't remembered because of a dramatic embrace. It's remembered because of intelligence. Patience. Trust. And a simple secret that only two people in the entire world shared. Christopher Nolan preserves the emotional power of this legendary moment while giving it even greater emotional depth. The scene reminds us that after 20 years apart, love wasn't enough. Recognition had to come through something far stronger. Shared memories, shared truth. And a bond that neither time nor distance could ever break. So, what do you think? Did Penelope suspect the beggar's true identity from the moment she met him? Or did she genuinely discover the truth only after the famous bed test? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more The Odyssey Explained videos, hidden details, character breakdowns, and Christopher Nolan analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.